Well, I don't think we can actually name at the festival because we gotta get away from the people. Let's see if it gets better. This is better. Went out on my balcony and I looked on either end. I knew it seemed to me where the smoke was coming from was that it was along the wing that I was located, my unit was located. So I went outside, I looked over and I saw smoke. The other thing I was paying attention to was the color of the smoke. The smoke was getting really intense every second. And the other thing I noticed was I didn't see any firemen. The alarms were going off and I saw people out on the streets evacuating, but I didn't see any of the first responders on site. And the smoke was getting worse and I kept looking and I can tell that it was on the lower levels because the smoke was coming from below upwards. And the smoke was starting to come into the unit as well. So I closed all the windows and so on, but I kept waiting for the first responders and I didn't see anyone. So the second thing I did, and this was literally within seconds, believe it or not, is I called 911 because I wasn't gonna rely on the fact that someone was going to show up, because it seemed to me that somehow the alarm system and the first responders, something in the middle wasn't happening, and I didn't want the fire to get worse. So first thing I did was picked up the phone, called 911. I spoke with them. I said, hey, there's a fire going on. I live here, blah, blah, blah. I don't see any first responders. Is anyone coming? You know, yada, yada. And at that time, I wanted to evacuate, but I had a dog at the time and he was very old. And I'm like, okay, how am I gonna go down? I think I was 25 flights of stairs all the way down with a dog. So I was on the phone with 911 and they had mentioned to me, just stay in your unit right now because they're gonna try to control the fire, and I was explaining the situation. They were able, in the end, to get control of the fire, and I didn't have to evacuate. And if there is a situation like that,
okay, I think we're back. Okay, we're back. I think we are live right now. I think it's working. So it's unfortunate, you all, but I don't think we can be at the festival because of the connection. Let me play with the connection's just much better. Yeah, we can't be at the festival, which is a shame. It's a real shame. It's just I think there's too many people there, and the cell phone connection is compromised. And I had to restart everything. Yeah, too many phones out. Yeah, which is a shame. Bandit Stranger, thank you so much for your follow. Appreciate it. Yeah, it's a shame, y'all. I really want to experience the festival too, but that's okay because... Oh, it's okay, Demona. Yeah, it's all right. I'm just disappointed. I wanted to experience it with you all. But nonetheless, we're going to do something else that I wanted to do with you all anyways, is we're going to explore the waterfront of the city, because I haven't really showed you all the waterfront. And I wanted to talk about the Gardner as well, because it's currently going through repairs, and those repairs, the provincial government and I think the federal government is giving more funds for the repairs of the Gardner. And so now they're looking into working 24 hours so they can speed up the repairs for the Gardner, because the idea is that it's going to be completed in 2025, and it's causing like all of the poor neighbors within the area, everyone that lives by that particular area where the Gardner repairs is happening, it's going to cause like the noise. Apparently there was noise complaints and such, and I can only imagine how that really impacts everyone that lives in the area and having to hear all of the construction noise that's happening. So it's an interesting, challenging project. What do you do to help the neighbors and the community in that kind of situation? I mean, expediting the repairs, that's a good idea. I think it's a good idea because the traffic is awful, you all. It's really bad. So expediting it so that it gets completed, faster, I think it's a good idea. However, that means that everyone's working around the clock. And so there's families, kids that are trying to sleep in the middle of the night, and they're hearing drilling and work that's being done on the Gardner. So, how do you balance that between, speed, getting it done faster, but then not compromising the community as well? Because that's really tough. So this is a really nice view corridor here. So we're in the financial district, I would say. There's our streetcar. And we're just going to walk down. It's nice in the shade. In the direct sunlight, it's really hot. I brought some water today, so that's a good thing. So you get all of the office buildings here in this particular area. You have a lot of the banks here. So this is like the National Bank. And you all, one of my favorite buildings here in the city is this building here, which is complete, the name escaped me, the TD Center, which is completed by Mies van Roo. It's the black towers there. They look amazing. They were one of the first skyscrapers in the city. Oh, garlic, I don't know why it doesn't show Toronto, but if you want to see, it's hot though. Yeah. This is Toronto's weather. I think we're in the 30s. It's hot. I feel like it's more than 29 with humidity and such. So that's like one of the first towers. We're gonna walk this way. All right, we're gonna wait for the light and cross. So let's head out this way. Oh, there's our streetcar. Oh wait, this is quite a walk. I didn't quite realize it. We're going for quite the walk. So this is National Bank, and this is like the TD Center. So it's all offices. It's an office building. It's one of my favorite buildings here in Toronto. I just love all of the little details that Mies van Roo put together. He was even particular about like the flowers and the vase that's located on like the main entrance, and because it's a TD Bank is on the ground pavilion on the other side. Everyone still keeps the same type of flowers. It's really sweet, as Mies van Roo specified. So there you have it. So Mies van Roo is very much about minimal design as well. He's a minimalist. Very modern. He has a great vision, right, Damona? Damona, do you like, and chat, do you all like Mies van Roo and his work? I love the detailing. It looks very simple, but there's a lot of thinking that goes into those details. Oh, you all, look at this beautiful building. Look at that brick. Oh, look at those beautiful, let me get a little closer. There's some beautiful details on the brick facade here. Oh, and those arches. We're getting a little distracted. A complete contrast in architecture, which is really funny. We're going from minimalism to detailing. Look at that, y'all. Look at those beautiful masonry details. The brick is lovely. And those arches, aren't they amazing? Look at that. So beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. And then you got the TD Center here. I actually was on the upper level. Yeah, I was on one of the upper levels in the tower, and you really feel. Also, the name of the project here, this square with Mies van Roo buildings, it's the Toronto Dominion Center. It's also known as the TD Center. You're going downtown because of the stream? Yes, Damona, yes. FR, hello, welcome. This building is designed by Mies van Roo. It's an office tower. So I was actually on the upper levels of this office tower, and you can actually feel the building sway. So you can actually feel the building sway with the wind. It's kind of scary at the same time when you're up that high. You actually feel the building move, and then you see everyone walking around, and they all look like little ants. It's really cool. So we're here in Toronto. So this is the Mies van Roo Dominion. This is Toronto Dominion Center. And Mies van Roo is a modernist, but he's all about minimalism. So there's some beautiful details. These were also some of the first skyscrapers to be designed here in Toronto as well. And this brick building is quite beautiful, this one here. I really like this. Welcome in, FR. Are you into architecture? And do you have a favorite type of architecture that you like? Oh, and do you like brutalism? I know that's a lot of questions. It's a lot of questions. But yeah, this is one of my favorite buildings. So these are the west towers, and then you have those towers there, part of the whole like block as well. And then there's a whole like little park area here. And at night, these are quite beautiful, you all. They're really nice. Here, let me flip. These are quite beautiful at night. That's the Scotiabank tower there, the one that's that pinkish reddish color. Oh, thank you for the follow, FR. Thank you. So FR, my name is Ashley. I'm an architect here in Toronto. Sweater Vest. Hello, Sweater Vest. Hello, it's been a while. Welcome in. I think we might do a little late night stream today, so we might be able to see it in person. Oh, and you all, that building there, I've mentioned, it's actually one of my favorite buildings here in the city. The glass actually has gold in it, embedded in the building facade glass. There's gold, so that's why you get that really shiny glow to it. That's because there's gold. Back in the day, a lot of the glass buildings, okay, I shouldn't say all of them, but you would embed gold and bronze into the glass. Not so much today. But I love how the light hits that building. The other thing I like about it is that it has these little triangle geometry to these sides. And so it creates this interesting lighting effect, how it reflects on those little triangle edges. It's really interesting. Happy Saturday, Sweater Vest. Oh, we need to charge the gimbal. We're running low on batteries. This is the South Tower. So this is the TD South Tower here, designed by Mies van Roo as well. And you all, these buildings are over 40 years old, I believe, and they look amazing. They really keep up with the maintenance of these towers. They look absolutely amazing. You can see it here too. I love how this gold building reflects on the building here. It's really neat. Yeah, this is one of my favorites. Let's see. One second. I gotta get my battery out. I brought a second backup battery today. Oops. So there it is. Let's charge. And that's, oh, Bank of America. That's the building of Bank of America. That's interesting. Oh, you all, look at that. Look at that glow, that golden glow reflected on the building there. Isn't that beautiful? Look at that, y'all. That's gorgeous. I love that. And then there's a little bridge connection. You can see it there between buildings. It's about 2 stories. Hello. Which is really cool. Oh, and you all, Damona, I know you were a fan of this. We may have to go inside again just to look at it because it's so beautiful. That's the Calatrava. It's a new extension built in between two existing buildings. So you have Bank of America, and then what they did is, this used to be part of the exterior. They kind of built this whole atrium. Santiago Calatrava was the architect. He's also trained as an engineer, and he's known for his bridges. And then he got into designing and getting into architecture. So what I love about Calatrava is how he combines engineering and architecture together. Quite beautiful. And he takes the forces. It's a tree-like structure, which is really cool. We'll go inside. Even though we have seen it, I have to see it again. It's so beautiful. It's one of my favorites too in the city. And they're also working on the CIBC buildings here. They're office buildings. Now, this is a lot of office space. And as some of you might know, office space right now is struggling. It's a huge struggle right now to fill up some of these spaces, these office spaces. Because of the pandemic, it really accelerated the fact that a lot of people are now changing the way they work. They're working from home and so on. And so a lot of the office spaces here in the city, they're struggling to actually lease out the spaces. And it's interesting, but this project was planned before that. I doubt if they were to put this proposal out today, if they would actually go forward with building this much office space, because office space is currently struggling across, I would say, whole North America and a lot of places around the world. There's a lot of office spaces up for lease. But I think that project was done like prior to that, prior to the pandemic. They received approval for it and so on, so they had to go forward with it. But a lot of office buildings are getting quite creative with their spaces and looking at doing mixed use and so on, combining it with other things. Yeah. Okay, let's go a bit closer. There's the gold building. It's the RBC building, but I'm calling it the gold building. And then we have the Calatrava atrium building there. Oops, sorry. Which we're gonna cross so we can take a look at it. This used to be the Trump Tower, by the way. It's now the St. Regis Tower. Okay, let's cross. I think they sold it afterwards, like when he became president, his last presidency. I think he sold it or something. So this is Brookfield Place. And look at that, y'all. Isn't it beautiful? You can enjoy some AC inside. Look at that with the gold building there. What a shot. Look at that. There's the atrium, designed by Santiago Calatrava. This is Brookfield Place. Time to steal some gold from off those windows. It would be very difficult to do. It's funny how we don't really use it now, right? It's quite expensive. But it's holding up quite well over the years. It still looks pretty good. Look at that, eh? They've done some renovations and extensions, but it's more interior work from what I've seen. Let's go inside. Dimitri, have you been to Brookfield Place? I'm sure you have. Yeah, look at that, y'all. Oh my gosh, AC. Oh, that feels good. Isn't that gorgeous? Look at that. Absolutely beautiful. And the lighting is technically not ideal here, but still quite beautiful. And it almost feels like we're outside. It has like this tree canopy effect, which is really cool. These are the structure, steel, and then they added these accent lights, which is really cool. Look at that. Yeah, it's one of my favorite spots here in the city. Went in a few times. They have the World Press Photo of the Year show there every year. Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, that's so cool. That's really cool. I didn't know that. Let me grab some water, because we haven't had any water yet. It's so hot outside. Oh, I think I can put my... Oh, I don't want to interfere with someone's photos. Let me place my camera here. Don't think I can place it here. Okay, 1 second, y'all. We're gonna have a water break, but I want it somewhere where I can place the gimbal. I think this is a restaurant. Yeah. We're just gonna place it here while we grab some water. Oh wow, my wires are a complete mess. Let me get situated. Oops. Okay, there you go. Drink some water. Isn't that a cool, it's kind of a cool view. The structure is really nice. And the structure, not only is it functional, it's transferring all the forces, but it's also a piece of art. I love that combination. Okay, let's get walking. We got our water. I think we're good in terms of charging. All right, let's head out. Oh, we're gonna go in the vestibule here. Wow, this is heavy. It's a heavy door. Okay, there we go. There's the gold building. Okay, we're